Hey, how you all doing? I'm Bwana.Morioz and welcome to Diaspora Tuesdays. Life generally is all about how you make it to be. If you surround yourself with positive things, if you surround yourself with positive people, then your life in general is going to be positive. Sometimes life though can bring you surprises. You know, you have this idea, this grand idea of how it should be, but sometimes the opposite can be true. Life in a diaspora can be like that, whereby we are living a country, and you leave a country, you leave your family, you leave your friends to go and pursue a dream, to go and pursue a thing that you thought is going to make your life that much better. Sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes life in diaspora can be difficult. Sometimes life in a diaspora can be depressing. Today, I'm going to give you 4 reasons why diaspora life can be depressing. Welcome. Coming in at number 1 reason why diaspora life can be depressing is we just miss home. To tell you the truth, when you're leaving home, you're thinking about the dream car, the dream houses, the picket fences, that grandiose idea of diaspora life. But in life, you realize that sometimes the simple things in life are actually the most important things, and they are the things that make you that much happier. When you are at the airport, you're leaving your friends, you're leaving your family, you're leaving your relatives, you're leaving that life of that protection of all that community, you're leaving it behind to come and start a new life. Start a new life in a new city, in a new place, in a new culture, in a new way of doing things. So you go out there and you have this job and you have all these cars and you have all these things, but somewhere deep inside there is a void that is left by the fact that you are not with your family, you're not with your friends. There are things that you're not sharing. The laughter, the simple things that make you laugh are not there with you. Sometimes you call back home and they're just, hey, I'm here with your auntie, I'm here with your uncle, say hi to them and you talk to them. I'm here with your cousin, hey, say hi to them, and they're all just surrounded and they're all talking and they're discussing, maybe it's in the holidays, maybe it's Christmas time, and you think back, I wish I was there with them to be able to experience that community, to be able to experience that life, and to be able to experience the love from family, the love from relatives, the love from friends can never ever be replaced by money. Reason number 2 why life in diaspora can be depressing is that it is tough to be a second-class citizen. You come from a country where you've always been a citizen, where you have your rights, and wherever you are, that you are treated as a human being. And you get into a foreign country where sometimes they will not going to treat you like you are a human being. Now, as an African, you have 2 negative stereotypes that you face. Number 1, because you are black, sometimes you have to face the negative stereotype that comes with being a black man. That means that sometimes there will be extra security checks on you. Sometimes when you're on the road, the cop will profile you and might stop you over just because you're black. Sometimes people will not take you serious just because you're black. Or sometimes people will just run away from you because they think that you are a thug. Second stereotype is the fact that you are African. For some reason, all that people know about Africa is that it is a continent of death, destruction, and disease. Sometimes because the media has not been able to spotlight a lot more that happens in Africa. There is a lot more. There are great stories, there are great things that are happening in Africa, but those stories do not get out of Africa. The only times anything comes out from Africa is when negative news are coming out of Africa. Now, because of that, you are black and you're African, you are met with the 2 negative stereotypes that you have to deal with every day. What does that mean? It means that in whatever situation that you are in, you'll always have to work twice as hard, you always have to prove yourself twice as hard just to be in the same level as others. Those who are in professional fields, let's say a doctor, an engineer, will tell you that no matter what, it seems like every time they make a decision, somebody is going to second guess that decision. Somebody is going to ask for a second opinion just because it is a black guy with an accent who made this decision. it can make life a lot more difficult as an immigrant. Reason number 3 why diaspora life can be depressing is that sometimes diaspora life is just not what it was meant to be. You know, the American dream, or whatever dream that it is that the diaspora life represents, sometimes that is not the case. This is more so for those people who are professionals back home. So if you have a set career, if you have a set life in your home country, when you move out, then you have to start from the very bottom, where they tell you that whatever credentials that you have, whatever certificates that you have, they are not going to recognize, and that you have to start all over again. You have to start being a junior. You have to start from the very, very, very bottom. Sometimes it makes life that much more difficult. To me, the best person who is suited to be in a diaspora is a student, a young student. Why? Number one, because they are young, it is easier for them to adapt to the new culture. Number two, because they are young, they have not molded themselves, they have not structured themselves into a set way of life where they feel bad having to start at the bottom. Like basically, wherever they were, they're going to start at the bottom anyway. But if you are a manager, let's say for example a manager, you had some administrative position back home, then you come to whatever country, it can be very difficult to adapt because they will not recognize what you have achieved in that country, in your home country. Whatever it is that you have achieved, they'll want to always make you start from the very bottom. Sometimes the jobs that you have to start, so that you will be able to lay a foundation so that you can set up to be whatever you want to be. Sometimes those jobs are jobs that need more than a calling. They are more jobs, it's a calling, it's something that comes from deep within. It's not just a job that you can be able to do. So you find that people come over here, and whatever they thought was going to happen, whatever they thought that, they're going to build upon what they had already made up at home, when you come expecting to build upon it, then you have to start from the very bottom. It becomes a very, very difficult transition. Reason number 4 why diaspora life can be depressing is very sad and unfortunate for me. Sometimes life in diaspora is made that much more difficult by your own fellow countrymen. You find some people are either jealous of what you're achieving, some people just don't like you, some maybe something from back home that you had a grudge or something from back home. They do not feel that you should be able to achieve the things that you're achieving. There are people who will sell others, sell out the others maybe because you lack papers. There are those people who will not help you get a job, just because they don't want you to be successful. There are those who will just make sure that they delay you getting your papers, they delay you getting your documentation, they delay you getting anything so that you are not able to step on up and be able to maybe be much better than they are or achieve a lot more than what they think. They feel threatened. It is sad that sometimes that we will find somebody who will prefer to live life by themselves, life away from the Kenyan community or the African community, and maybe just hook up with their countrymen maybe when there is something national or something community that is going on, but not on everyday basis. Just to avoid the complications of being part of that community and all the hula baloo and the gossip and all the backbiting and all these things. And sometimes these same people who are supposed to be a countrymen, who are supposed to feel your pain, who are supposed to help you be lifted up and you lift them up, sometimes those are the same people who cause you the most pain. In conclusion, however, like I said before, life is all about how you make it. Don't get me wrong, there are those people who have had a very fulfilling, positive life in diaspora. It's all about how you make it. It's all about the decisions that you make. It's all about the people you choose to surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people who are negative, no matter where you are, whether you're back at home or whether in the diaspora, if you surround yourself with negative people, if you surround yourself with people who are full of conflict, no matter what, your life is going to be surrounded by that kind of life. So it's always best to make the best situation, surround yourself with positive people, and your life, no matter where you are, is going to be a positive and a blessed life. Thank you.